Good morning, students. So the last part of the lesson, Babar Ali. So as we have studied about the whole lesson or the topic of Babar Ali's biography here, we have seen how this boy of 16 years of age, and even earlier before that, at the age of 9, he started his own school with the strength of 8 in number. And we have completed the most important parts of the lesson here. And even I have summarized the whole syllabus till what we have completed yesterday under the headline, Meet Some Pure, Good and Kind Souls as such. The contribution of the people who helped him and the contribution of the voluntarily accepted to teach the students here, the so-called teachers of 10 in number. So there are 9 volunteer teachers of high school students who voluntarily accepted and willingly came to school and teach without any salaries as such. And it is Davanagere Bhattacharya and Babar Ali who has taken up the responsibility of teaching the higher standards there, like 8th and the high school students here. It is here. Because Davanagere Bhattacharya is the only person who has attained after her second PU, so she was a college goer, a degree student there, so who has earnestly agreed and served in the institution of Babar Ali here. So all those things we have studied in the previous classes of previous classes. And today we are going to wind up this particular important unit of Babar Ali. So contributed by Samarpita, and also we should thank Mr. Tanveer of Bangladesh, a youth leader volunteer who has given us such a wonderful, adventurous achievement of Babar Ali here. So now, dear students, open the page number 49 in the textbook, and it is the last paragraph of 49th page. So that's all. So that's all I got about Babar Ali for now. Who is the speaker here? This is the Samarpita Mukherjee Sharma. So that's all I got about Babar Ali for now. Getting to know about a person like him makes me realize how insignificant I am, and yet again how lucky. So she feels a kind of insignificant, means embarrassed or quite unhappy here. And also she says that she is lucky to bring him in front of us in the form of an article or a lesson or a story here. And even though I finish my story here, Babar Ali's story continues. He has not only helped out hundreds of children to get enlightened, he has also inspired millions of youths like us. Babar Ali's tale is a testament to the difference that one person can make in his or her world. In this case, it was a mere child who decided to do something about a situation he felt was unfair. Yes. Though the author might have stopped the article or the lesson here or story of Babar Ali, But even today, Babar Ali's works continues. There is no stop to the work of Babar Ali today. So it is continuing. His service is continuing here. But here the author feels that he is the man who has enlightened, who has and became a spirit, a live example for the millions of youths who got inspiration from this achievement of Babar Ali here. Yes, of course, we have to believe or say yes to Babar Ali, that is an inspirational force. To whom it is? To the maximum help of youths in India, he became the model here. He became an inspiration to these young souls of India here. And he has enlightened the millions, lakhs of youths, youngsters to correct themselves and follow what Babar Ali is doing now. So it is this spirit, it is this enlightenment of Babar Ali and his work, so which serves the nation, which serves the youths of our nation as such. And this tale of Babar Ali is a testament to the difference that one person can make this world, make in this world. And it is a testament, it is a document, it is a proof that if anybody or even a single man can achieve this, can make this happen in this world. In this case, it was a mere child who decided to do something about a situation he felt was unfair. Yes, dear students, we have to know the hard works of Babar Ali here. And we have to think and work and listen and read works like this. As young generation, as youths of a very young country like India, the motherland, India needs such youths, needs such people who can work and you can, uplift and provide a proper or a comfortable facilities, situations, knowledge and help to so-called the poor people or who are weak in all sections of life as such. So these kind of unprivileged people in the village who have no strength or economically strong enough to send their children to get the basics of education, were well supported and convinced by a person like Babar Ali, a man or a boy like Babar Ali has gone success completely in his life, and he has shown to the world that even so the age never compromises with any sort of things here. It is not a barrier or a boundary that we have according to the age to serve this unprivileged poor people like this, and even so you can do wonders as Babar Ali has achieved here. And this is the inspiration, motivation and a message of Babar Ali here. Then his story also bears evidence to the fact that if you have a will, then there is surely is a way. Where there is a will, so there is a way. People say, our great grandfather said. So it is a proverb in practice and tells us, if you have will, yes, there is a way. If you have a willpower to win or to do, to work hard, and the same will lead you towards achieving the success. There is a way to achieve success, to fulfill your aim, to fulfill your ambition as such. And by this, the deed of Babar Ali makes it possible or success of, the proverb like this, which teaches us, if you have a will, then surely you will have a way there. And that a 9-year-old can alone change the world should be enough. Change the world should be enough inspiration for all of us to come out of our closed cocoons and help make difference here. Yes. We should not sit alone, and think that it is not possible for a single person to bring out such a change here. Social and educational change in the people's lives here. It is not that. So don't sit aloof like cocoons and think that you alone can't bring difference like this, can't change our society like this, as Babar Ali did. We have to come out of those closed, cocoons and help make work a difference here. So isn't it high time that we be in the change, we be the change that we want to see in this world? Today, a Babar Ali, maybe tomorrow, it could be someone from among us. See, a very well conclusion it is. I think the author Samarpita has become very, fascinated, attracted towards the achievement of Babar Ali here, and emotionally, she questions the world and the youths that, see, isn't it high time that we be the change that we want to see in this world? Yes? Does the time has not reached or come to that where we also have the power and the right and the energy to achieve something like this? So, and change that we ever do like Babar Ali in this world. Today, Babar Ali, the only man, and maybe tomorrow, it could be someone from among us. Yes, that should be the inspiration. That should be the message or understanding or power of our will to decide ourselves to bring out a change in the world like Babar Ali. Then further, Samarpita says, and it's not a very often that we come across someone like Babar Ali. And it is not the only time or a sequence or an incident that we have seen Babar Ali here. Coming from a small village in Murshidabad, he should be fundamentally commended just for the audacity of hoping. It is this hope and the faith that he has upon himself that has helped him come all this way. Yes. People say that we require a certain age to do such things. No. See the audacity here. See the maturity of thinking of this boy Babar Ali at the age of 9. And almost it has been the same information that a young boy of 9 years old has started a school has been disseminated throughout the world. The world now knew that a Babar Ali, like a young boy who became the youngest headmaster in the world at the age of 16. So by that time, 9 years, from 9 years and 16 years. See the gap here, only 16, 6 plus on 7 years gap, he has achieved and got the title and created a history or a record that he is the man who is so young, so small to become a headmaster in the world. So it is a record. So that is why no age is required. We don't, put ourselves into an understanding that the age barrier, is the reason to cross or to do things like Babar Ali or achievements like Babar Ali. No, not at all. It is the maturity of mind that the boy uses here. It is the will and intensity of his emotions that when he observed, seen working, seen the small boys and girls of these poor families working very hard with their parents in the fields, in the rich people's houses, as such, as mechanics in the garages, and many other works they carried out, the small girls washing, cleaning the dishes, clothes. See, all these things were observed keenly by Babar Ali, and he felt very sad. And then and there he made it a challenge, made a challenge to bring those underprivileged children to the limelight and to give them a free education, at least up to first standard to fifth, or the basics of education were taught. The fundamental rights, fundamentals of life were taught by him. So this helped those people a lot. Though Babar Ali was also from a middle class family. Of course, somewhat when compared to those people, he belongs to a privileged family in that village of Gangapur, where he was a fortunate child, a blessed child of that village who has brought a complete change in the social, economical and educational life of those people, the people of that particular village. Then it is this hope and the faith that he has upon himself that has helped him come all this way. Yes, he has a strong faith that he can create wonder, that he can become success in giving the fundamentals of education to these people. And he was more courageous too. So here is to Babar Ali, Samapita, Tanvi, and we ourselves, the readers, should do this. Be grateful and express our gratitude to the wonder, to this great achievement of Babar Ali here. So here is to Babar Ali, we salute you for dreaming and making your dreams come true. So Samapita ends it by giving him a homage of gratitude, heartfelt gratitude, to congratulations, a salute to this great soul, Babar Ali, for his achievement here. So now, dear students, so this is one of the lengthiest prose work that we have in our syllabus, except the play Watchman of the Lake. But till here, see, in our syllabus of 10 units from coursework, almost we have completed the first lesson, that is The Gentleman of the Jungle by Jomo Kenyatta, and an interesting, beautiful poem, The Schoolboy of William Blake, and one more, a story that never ever can be forgotten. Varu Manushan by Vaiku Muhammad Bashir. Okay, after this, so we have started the sixth unit according to the text book. Sixth unit, that is Babar Ali by Samapita Mukherjee Sharma. See, out of 10 units, we have completed 4 of them. So within this period. As you all know that this way of teaching requires less time to cover the syllabus. Because we don't have interactions between us, you, the students, and us. And we don't have a question hour discussions. And because we are running online recording classes as such, and we'll be dealing continuously with the test, but that doesn't mean that we are skipping or faster in explaining the things to you from the text. It is only thing, as I said, there is no face-to-face interactions, there is no oral interactions between students and teachers, and there is no discussion, asking questions, clearing doubts, confusions as we had in our physical or offline classes inside the classroom. So that is why, so we feel, or it happens that the syllabus will be covered a little bit faster than we used to cover. We used to cover the syllabus in our regular common physical classes as such. So that is why, see, we work with this continuously with the text here, and we never ever discuss deeply into the distribution of marks, allocation of marks from each and every unit that we have learned till today. But I have been continuously giving you, warning you people that you have to be very, very careful here. So my dear students, the distribution of marks to this unit. So you have 2 kinds of distribution of marks, because it is a guess, and because we know that, so one or the other from out of these 2 is going to appear in our examinations. One is, first one, let me say 1 mark question 1 plus 4 mark question 1. Yes, students, this is the one thing that you can see here. And rest, the evaluator or the setter of the paper may include some parts or some paragraphs or smaller paragraphs from this text and make it as a grammar question here. Like verb forms, correction of the sentences you have, and articles and prepositions you have for 4 marks, verbs for 4 marks, correction of the sentences, rewrite as directed. These are the grammar components to you, and which also cover your prose works prescribed to you here. Yes, of course. So that is why, so you may have this plus grammar. Okay, and this is one expectation, and you can get, if the setter of the paper or board take decision, so they can set like this, or otherwise you can also have the second guess or type of asking question from this unit is 1 mark question 1 plus 6 mark question plus grammar. Yes, and this is also expected one. So here 7 plus grammar, okay, and here 5 plus grammar marks. So either it may be a 3, 4, 2, whatever grammar questions. So this is the possible a way of asking questions from this unit, dear students. And you have to be careful, attentive on this pattern here. So dear students, have this idea and start preparing according to this plan. 5 or 7 from course book, and from workbook, that is grammar and composition, you may get 3 marks, you may get 4 mark question, you may get okay, any out of these distributions here. So now, so moreover, I say that the possible 6 mark question this year, see, as you have 3 choices, out of 3 questions you have to choose, select one for 6 mark here. See, Babar Ali 1 or Watchman of the Lake 1. One is from prose play and one more is from poetry, question of poetry for 6 mark. So this is the possible distribution of marking this year in your English essays. So that is why concentrate on this part here and work on this year. Since it is a biography, that you don't have any confusions and doubts here. Once or twice if you read, twice or thrice if you read the prose or the lesson of Babar Ali, you will come to understand what sort of things that have been presented in this prose work of Samarpita Mukherjee Sharma here. And you feel simple and you can remember and recall and produce the good answer for the questions that were prepared on Babar Ali. So keep this in mind and select this unit for your attempt in the examinations here. Okay, because it is scoring, because the question maybe, okay, another, if you get another 4 marks here, 6 to 7 plus 11 marks will only be from this lesson. So it is an important lesson. Okay, so now here the possible questions that you can expect is, see, if you observe in page number 52 under main question 3rd, according to Nasruddin, education is man's true religion. How does Babar Ali school prove this? Education is man's true religion. So how do you prove this? Dear students, according to Nasruddin, education is man's true religion. How does Babar Ali school prove this? Yes. There is no difference, there is no practice of any casteism. And they were not discriminated by their religion, caste, or even in the economical conditions. No. And being a Muslim religion, even Nasruddin Sheikh, a father of Babar Ali, never had that feeling of. So, look at the question here and understand the question here. That is, you have to collect and share or the information, study the information in the chapter and see the growth of the students increase in the school, that is beginning at the age of 9, the school strength was at the beginning days 8 students. Then gradually it grew to what? You see, for example, class 1st and class 2nd has 220 students, and there is another strength 60 in regular, and there was almost 400 students who used to attend the regular classes, and finally the strength grew to 800 in all. So at the age of 16 years of his age, so almost the strength of his school was more than 800 here. And as it grew and added the strength of the school students here, it starts getting recognized, or the government start registering this. So, the beginning of the school by Babar Ali created a kind of awareness among the downtrodden, poor, unprivileged people in that village of Babar Ali and the villages surrounded to that villages, to send their children to gain the basics of education and the fundamentals of life. See, the creating awareness is very important, and making them send their children to school is very important here. Convincing, educating the parents is at most difficult one here, but where here they are successful. If we take, for example, one character, one person in this lesson, that is Tulurani Hazra, who is an uneducated fish seller, fishmonger in the villages. She used to go around the villages, walk and sell these fishes in the streets of villages till afternoon, and she was a fishmonger, uneducated fishmonger here. But after her duty as a fish seller, she becomes a crusading educationist. Yes. Whenever she meets the people in the parents in those villages, she wanted to know why they have stopped sending their children to the school. And wherever the parents, they have not sent their children to school, there also she conducts meetings, discussions with them, and trying to convince them and tell them to send their children to Babar Ali school, where the education is free. And she becomes successful. And she enrolls, gets 80 admissions to Babar Ali school. Who? Tulurani Hazra alone. The dropped out students as well as new admissions to this. See, whereas she brought 80 students, she only Tulurani Hazra means, you can imagine how hardworking these people are, or Tulurani Hazra are. So in this way, this venture of Babar Ali has created a kind of understanding, a kind of awareness in the minds of the people, and it has transformed the attitude and the mindset of the people and made them to send their children to Babar Ali school to have education. Okay, it is what very important here. Then the third question here, long type of answers. Say for 6-mark question, you can expect questions from this section here. Then, do you feel that Babar Ali's initiation is a success story? Explain. Yes. Of course, the school and the idea aroused in Babar Ali from his game. A game where he played as a teacher, he played the role of teacher and as other friends as students. When he performed the work of teaching them some arithmetic, some numbers to his friends as students, so they enjoyed this. When they enjoyed this game of artificial school, so then slowly it entered the mind of Babar Ali and disturbed a lot, and starting thinking on that plan game to making it as a true one. And he initiated the school in an open veranda behind his house with old walled walls and an open sky. Under an open sky, he started his afternoon school. 8 students in the beginning. And see how he dreamt, how he visualized, how he got an idea from his game to make it a possible one is very great here. So that is why we can say that Babar Ali's initiation is a success story. Yes, it is a successful story, and we have to quote and take examples from his story, that is Babar Ali prescribed to us here. Then, and you have a vocabulary here, which means it is also important for you. I will be taking up this when I deal with the grammar at the end. So I am waiting for the time to come where we both, the teacher and students, met together in the classroom and begin our syllabus on grammar and composition. See, students, in workbook, see, we have almost 50 marks in course book also. See, among 50 marks of grammar syllabus, we have 10 marks per passage, and apart from 10 marks, so the remaining 40 marks is on our grammar and composition. So that is why it needs the physical presence. Which one? The grammar. So no doubt, and don't have confusions or any fear that we cannot do it, because see, the lesson that as we read about Babar Ali, if you have a will, surely there will be a way to achieve great things in your future life as such. So dear students, don't think like that, or don't have negative thoughts here. So it is possible for us. And today, so if you look at this, another 3 questions here. Why do you think Babar Ali took the initiative to start his own school? Why? Then, what started as a game resulted in a much sought after school for the unprivileged explain. And third question, do you think, for 4-mark question, do you think that Babar Ali's act of thoughtfulness has enabled the poor children move towards growth? Discuss. So, dear children, read the text, okay, twice or thrice, okay, make sure that you understood all important points, things, decisions, plans, and the teachers, about the information of Babar Ali's teachers, and the contributors and the people who came forward to help this boy, and the total strength as it grew and increased from 8 to 800 as such, and the government's help here, okay, the state of West Bengal, which has helped him, okay, registered the school, recognized the school, and gave all sorts of facilities as a government school gets. And even they have permitted the students of Babar Ali school after graduating from here, so they can take admissions in any of the state government schools or local schools anywhere in the state, and it is there. And so many people like the volunteer teachers from Ramakrishna Ashram, and some kind-hearted IAS officers, retired IAS officer, and some local cops have come in the help of Babar Ali, and they too also have helped him a lot. And the teaching fraternity. So there were 9 volunteer teachers to this school of Babar Ali, where they never expected any salary. They worked free of cost here, and they too were teenagers. So who are studying in the high school became the students, teachers in Babar Ali school. And it is the Babar Ali and Davarita Bhattacharya who were teaching the 8th standard and above as such, so whom we call as the senior students in this school, so were taken up by Davarita Bhattacharya and Babar Ali both here. Davarita Bhattacharya, being a college student, she used to teach here, and she was there for a longer time, voluntarily working as one of the best teacher, senior teacher in Babar Ali school here. See the contribution, see the helping nature that from around all directions it started him to. Why? Because the Babar Ali. It is the force, it is the reason, cause is Babar Ali. And it is the age that matters here. A 9-year young boy can start a school of his own. Means what? It is not an ordinary thing. He has set up his goal, aim to achieve it. When he observed and seen the miseries of these underprivileged children, really his heart and soul went out of his body. He has reacted with humane feelings and emotions, and he cried to bring those children to his school and start giving the free education to them. See how he might felt when he saw them working very hard in the fields, garages, in other rich people's houses, like washing clothes, dishes, everything like that. So it is those kind of visions of Babar Ali made him serious to take up this venture and make it successful. So that is why, dear students, we are going to stop this lesson as we have concluded and discuss a lot many things on Babar Ali's chapter here. So I would like to wind up this lesson. So thank you, and all.